Hi, my name's Lydia. I'm an educational researcher who specialises in assessment.
I'm Lily and I work as a first support practitioner in student life and enabling services.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at some of the questions you've sent us, some of the stuff that we've kind of come across in student life, and hopefully answer some of the stuff that you're a bit worried about in assessment.
I don't know what to expect and it's really stressing me out.
I think it's perfectly normal that you'd be stressing out right now. This whole move to online learning wasn't a choice. It was forced upon us because of the situation. And your academic tutors, your lecturers are probably feeling just the same as you. The important thing is that you communicate with them. You ask them, actually, what is expected of me? How is this going to work? You read your handbooks that they send out to you, any information that they give. And if there's something you don't understand, you ask for clarification. They're not going to know you're struggling unless you tell them. If after all that you're still really finding things very difficult, you can always contact the other support services in the university, and we'll have their contact details at the end of this video. The first statement we have, this one says, I usually do way better in exams than in coursework. I'm really worried that online assessment is going to mean I won't do as well as I need to.
That's a really understandable kind of worry and quite a common worry, particularly when we've been expecting to prepare for a type of assessment we feel most comfortable doing and then that changes. The thing that I guess kind of springs to mind when I think about this statement is the difference between helpful worry and unhelpful worry. So worry is good when it helps us to survive and to be okay and even maybe to flourish. Because helpful worry leads us to take positive action, so to do something in our control to make a positive change. At points, however, we will all also experience unhelpful worries. And although these are completely understandable and it's normal to have these, unhelpful worries often centre around things we have no control over, and therefore they can prevent us from kind of taking positive action, as they can lead to us feeling quite overwhelmed and sometimes almost stuck. So thinking about the statement that has just been read out, it could be helpful to think about what you do and do not have control over. And once you've established this, you could consider what positive action you can take with things that are within your control. So, for example, it might be helpful to have a look at the academic skills support section on the library website. There's lots of information on there about online study, as well as the opportunity to book online appointments with the Academic Skills Hub. You could also access some of the study skills resources on the enabling website as well. And you may also like to contact your PAT or maybe your module lead to talk through any apprehensions about online assessment.
So the next statement is, I'm feeling really overwhelmed by the idea of online assessments.
Anything new or out of our ordinary can make us feel vulnerable. So I suppose firstly acknowledging that it is okay to feel apprehensive is a good idea. It might not be a particularly pleasant feeling, but it is okay to have, and it is a proportionate reaction when trying something new. When we're feeling overwhelmed, it can sometimes be helpful to spend a little bit of time noting down all of our worries, and perhaps considering which worries are helpful. So those worries that we have about things which are in our control, and which worries are unhelpful. So those worries we have about things which are out of our control. You may then be able to work out a few positive actions or positive things that you can do to reduce or minimise some of the worry, and this can help with feeling a bit less overwhelmed. Some people also find it helpful to have a worry window. And to do this, you need to decide on a period of time. So it could be kind of 20 minutes, and have this time set each day, which is your dedicated worry time. So if any worries come up for you during the day, you can sort of have a bit of a conversation with yourself and say something like, I'm postponing this worry to my worry time. If I still think if I still want to think about this worry, then I can. If I feel I don't need to, then I can choose not to. It might feel a little bit strange to have a conversation like that with yourself to begin with, and it can take a little bit of practice for this to work, but it can be really helpful in reducing the amount of time and energy you spend worrying each day. And it can also encourage us to feel more in control of our worries, which is a really positive position to be in.